In the busy streets of Lagos, where car horns never stop, and people move like time is running out, sat an old woman in torn clothes. Her hands trembled as she stretched them out to strangers passing by. Most people ignored her, some looked away, a few dropped coins without even seeing her face. But what no one knew was that this beggar was one of the richest women in Nigeria. Her name was Madam Adunni, a billionaire. A woman who owned companies, estates and power. She had everything money could buy, but deep inside she had no peace, because her only son Kunal had everything too: wealth, status, influence. Yet every woman who came into his life only loved what he had, not who he was. So one day she made a decision that shocked everyone. She would leave her mansion, hide her identity and become a beggar. Not for survival but for truth. She wanted to find a woman with a pure heart, not someone attracted to money but someone who could love deeply, faithfully and sincerely. Days turned into weeks. Under the hot Lagos sun she sat by the roadside. At night she slept on cold pavements. She watched people closely, some insulted her, some laughed at her, many walked past as if she didn't exist, and slowly she began to lose hope. Until one afternoon everything changed. A young woman walked past her. Her name was Aisha. She wasn't dressed in expensive clothes, but there was something about her, something calm, something kind. The old woman stretched her hand just like she always did, and for the first time someone stopped. Aisha looked at her not with pity but with care. She knelt down beside her and asked softly, "Have you eaten today?" No one had ever asked her that. Not once. Aisha didn't just give money, she brought food, she sat with her, she listened. Day after day she came back, not for attention, not for praise, but because her heart would not allow her to ignore someone in pain. Then one evening the sky grew dark. Heavy rain began to fall, people ran for shelter, shops closed, the streets became empty, but Aisha came back, holding an umbrella. She covered the old woman while she herself stood in the rain. That night Madam Adunni couldn't hold back her tears, not because she was suffering, but because she had finally seen something real. A heart that didn't change based on appearance, a heart that gave without expecting anything in return, a heart that loved without conditions. The next day Aisha came again, but this time the old woman was gone. Instead, a convoy of luxury cars pulled up beside her. Men in suits stepped out, everything felt unreal. And then from the middle car stepped out Madam Adunni, not as a beggar but as a queen. Aisha stood there confused, shocked, unable to understand what was happening. "Why?" she asked softly. Madam Adunni smiled and said, "I was not looking for someone rich, I was looking for someone kind." Then she introduced her son Kunal, a man who had everything except genuine love. But this time things were different, because for the first time he met someone who saw him, not his wealth. Months later their wedding became one of the most talked about events in Lagos. It was beautiful, it was grand, but that wasn't the real story. The real story was the test, a test of kindness in a world that often ignores it. Because in life people may forget your beauty, they may forget your status, but they will never forget how you made them feel when they had nothing. And sometimes, the greatest blessings in life come disguised as simple moments of kindness.